Good morning, students. In the previous lesson, we have completed revenue deficit, we have completed fiscal deficit, and also their implications. Okay. In today's lesson, we will be doing primary deficit. So, what is primary deficit? Primary deficit is the difference between fiscal deficit and interest payments. So, the formula is fiscal deficit minus interest payments is equal to primary deficit. Now, what does primary deficit indicate? Okay, we know fiscal deficit indicates borrowings by the government. Okay, and such borrowings include the interest payment, right? But primary deficit shows the borrowings which exclude the interest payment. That means it is only going to show you the principal amount. Okay, now what does zero primary deficit mean? Okay, if this primary deficit is zero, what does this indicate? This means that current year expenditure is equal to current year revenue. Okay, what does it mean? That your current year expenditure of the government is equal to current year revenue. Okay, and government resorts to borrowing only to clear the backlog of interest payments of the previous loan. If that the government is going to clear only the interest payments of the previous loans that it has taken. So that's all about primary deficit. Implications of your primary deficit are same as fiscal deficit. Okay, they are same as that of fiscal deficit. Now moving on to the numerical questions. Okay, you have to calculate revenue deficit, you have to calculate fiscal deficit, you have to calculate primary deficit in this question. Fine. Revenue receipts are given 11 lakh, revenue expenditure is given 15 lakhs, capital receipts 6 lakhs, capital expenditure 5 lakhs, recovery of loans 1 lakh, borrowing 2 lakhs, interest payments are given 4 lakhs. So, first of all, we'll calculate revenue deficit. रेवेन्यू डेफिसिट का फॉर्मूला है रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर माइनस रेवेन्यू रिसीट्स. ओके, सो revenue expenditure in the question is given as 15 lakh. We have revenue expenditure 15 lakhs. So how much is the revenue receipts? Revenue receipts are given 11 lakhs. Okay, so now how much is your revenue deficit? 4 lakhs is the revenue deficit amount. Understood? Next, calculate fiscal deficit. Now what is fiscal deficit? Fiscal deficit is total expenditure minus total receipts except borrowings. Except borrowings. That means you don't have to take borrowings. Now how do you calculate total expenditure? Total expenditure is calculated by revenue expenditure plus capital expenditure. Similarly, total receipts is calculated by revenue receipts plus capital receipts. But in these capital receipts, you have to minus borrowings. Okay, you don't have to take borrowings in capital receipts. Fine. So let's start with it. How much is the revenue expenditure? Revenue expenditure is 15 lakhs. Okay. How much is the capital expenditure? Capital expenditure is 5 lakhs. Revenue receipts is 11 lakh. Capital receipts are given 6 lakhs. Now be very careful. In this capital receipts, what is included? 2 lakhs is included. So we have to subtract 2 lakhs of borrowings from this capital receipts. Okay. So 15 lakhs plus 5 lakhs is 20 lakhs and 11 plus 6 is 17 minus 2 is 15 lakhs. Okay. Now when you subtract 20 minus 15, you will get 5 lakh as fiscal deficit. So how much is the fiscal deficit amount? It's 5 lakhs. Okay. Now moving on to the next one, primary deficit. Primary deficit. The formula of primary deficit is fiscal deficit minus interest payments. Okay. Now how much is the fiscal deficit? We have already calculated 5 lakhs. Interest payments 4 lakh. How much is the primary deficit? It's 1 lakh. Such kind of numerical questions can come into your exam. So be prepared for it. Thank you.